Hi, and welcome back to another WRSA interview. Today we're talking about athletes and mental health, and today I have Trinity with me. Hi, Trinity, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, so my name is Trinity, and I am a summer student with Westman Regional Soccer Association. I am also a player on the Brandon University's Bobcat soccer team, and I have been diagnosed with depression and anxiety for the past 3 years, and I have been working to reduce the stigma around mental illness in Westman.
Thank you, Trinity. First, I'd just like to talk about why taking care of your mental health is important.
So when we talk about mental health and mental well-being, it determines like how we cope with the challenges in life and the strategy we use to get through that. In particular, studies have shown that athletes actually have an increased rate of mental illness and mental health issues. So this can include things like stress, eating disorders, burnout, depression, or anxiety. So by choosing to nurture our own mental health, we can not only just like improve our athletic performance and our performance out on the field, but it actually does help in a general sense of well-being in your day-to-day life.
Awesome, that is very interesting. How do you take care of your mental health?
So when we talk about taking care of our own mental health, it's different for every person. There's no one size fits all solution to mental health. And generally, we know that talking to someone can help, going for walks or any type of physical activity. There's mindfulness exercises. It's actually been proven that like including 90 seconds of just meditation in your day-to-day routine can actually significantly improve your mental well-being. Some people find medication useful, but that also isn't for everyone. And the same can be said about counseling. Lots of people find that helpful as well. But again, it's not a one size fits all solution. It's kind of depends on a person and what strategies you're willing to implement in your own life.
Yeah, I find that when I work out, I always get a good mood boost out of that. What are some resources that you know that can help people struggling with their mental health?
So there's tons of resources around Manitoba, Westman, Canada in general. Um, if you go to school, whether it's elementary school, high school, university, college, and even if you have a career, most schools or organizations like that provide you with some sort of mental health resources on site or virtually. We also have our regional health authorities that actually have a list of all certified counseling services within the region. You can also see your family doctor. They actually have all the resources there, and they can also help you with medication if that's something you're interested in. We have the Canadian Suicide Prevention Hotline, Kids Help Phone, things like that. And they've now also implemented text services, so you don't have to actually call if that's not what you're comfortable with. You can just text a phone number and they'll have a conversation via text with you. In Manitoba specifically, we have Manitoba 211, which has a list of all of our mental health resources. We have the Mobile Crisis Unit, which is a 24-hour phone number you can call, text service, and they will come to you if you're having an issue. They're based out of both Winnipeg and Brandon. So they're willing to just come help you out with whatever you need. And if you're looking for something on your own that you want to try to implement yourself, there's a website called Blue Pages, and it actually gives you psychological, physical, and lifestyle suggestions that can help you cope with your depression. Or there's also a page called Beyond Blue for anxiety, and it has the same types of resources.
Awesome, thank you. And we're gonna have those resources linked in our description box of this video. That's really all I have today, Trinity. Is there anything you would like to add or talk about?
I just like to mention that lots of people struggle with mental health. If we look at the statistics, more than 1 in 4 people have struggled with mental illness in their life. And more than 50% of people know someone that has struggled with mental illness. As well as the fact that we often, especially in athletics, we talk about physical health and mental health as separate topics when they're fairly intertwined. If you can think about last time you were stressed, you probably had some neck pain, or if you had bad sleep and you're kind of exhausted, you're probably not in the best mood. So often these things go hand in hand. But when someone's struggling with a physical problem, they're more than happy to put their hand up and say, if I showed up at practice limping around, I'm not going to be playing. And that's easy for everyone to understand and know that I'm struggling. But if you're struggling with something inside that they can't necessarily see, it's a lot harder to take a step back and take the break that you need. If you can, so it's important to actually be able to discuss and reduce the stigma around this, as an anxiety attack is just as relevant to an athlete as a sprained ankle.
Yeah, that is really great, Trinity. Thank you so much for coming and talking about this. These are very important things, especially for athletes and anyone individually. So thank you again for coming.